Hello all. In today's video, we shall discuss about the line graph AI agents related to the SQL. Okay. First of all, let me explain you what's the flow that we are going to achieve today. Okay. Now, user will ask a question. Okay. Now that question we are going to convert that into the SQL query. Then that we are going to pass that to the DB, and as per to the question we are going to fetch the data. This is what we are going to achieve today. Okay. First of all, let me show you my database. Okay. Currently this is the whole data which I'm consists of. Okay. Employee name, Donald, and salary, job ID, all these things I'm going to have. Okay. Now let's start our coding. I have installed certain required things. Okay. Now then later I have even imported certain things which I feel that those are required. Okay. Now let me start the coding. Now wherever I feel like okay it is going to consume time, okay, by adding this, okay, over there I'll copy the code. Okay. Now first of all let me copy the code of LLM. Okay. Now I'm taking the LLM related to the chart grok. Okay. You can add your API over here. Just simple, you have to go to the Google, over there you can search like chart grok API and you will redirect it to that site, and over there you can log in and you can find your own API key, and that you can add over here. Let me add my API key and we'll be back again. I have added my API key related to the chart grok. Okay. Now let's test. Okay, now it's LLM is working. Now let's start our coding. Okay. Now first of all let me create the class, and I'm sending this type detect. This is nothing but which lets this class to behave as like a dictionary. Let me add the keys. Okay, this key is a string, and as well let me add column names. This will be a list. Okay. I will explain you why are we adding all this. Okay. Okay, this is nothing but the whatever the question which user asked, that is going to come under this, and whatever the column names which we are going to get from the SQL MySQL database, that we are going to add over here, and as well whatever the answer at the end we are going to receive, that we are going to store in this. Okay. Now we have created our class. Now let's create our function. Okay. Now we are going to receive string as output. Now let me add the doc string. Use that doc string. This is the doc string. In the same way, let me add the prompt as well. In the prompt, what we are saying like we do have a database called MyDB. Okay, and as per to the question, you convert that query to the SQL query, and as well we have provided certain examples, like for example if user has asked a question something like this, like please provide me the total number of total employees list, then your query should be something like this, like this. So in the same way I have provided two examples. Okay. In the same way, at the end even I have mentioned like return only the query, don't return any extra text. Okay, that query should be simple as like this. Okay, this is what we have mentioned, and as well we are passing the question whatever user is going to ask. Now let me add the chain. Now let's get the response. Let's invoke the chain. Now what are the things that we have to send here? We have to send the all columns and as well as the question. Let me add that. Now we are going to, this is how we can access the question whatever we have created at the top. This question we can access something like this question. The same way all columns as well the same. Okay. Now the answer we are going to have inside this. Okay. Now we have to store the answer whatever. See, now we have created a key about, that's the same key I'm adding over here. Okay, now our function has been completed. Now let's create our state graph. Now whatever the class name which we have created, that let's pass inside this. Now let's create nodes. Let me copy the code function. Okay, as we do have only one function, let's end this as well. Okay, now let's add our starting point. Now let's compile it. Okay, now comes our workflow has been completed, state graph related. Now let's add our DB related information. Okay, now to get the DB, first of all we have to add, first let me add, and after that I will explain what exactly we are doing over here. Okay, to access the database we have to add this line of code. Okay, what exactly we are adding is we are adding our root in the user, and as well we have to add the password of it. What's the password of this root, that you have to add over here, and you have to add this host in the port, and as well as your DB name, whatever the DB name which you have created over there. So you can give that over here. Right now my DB name is this my DB. Okay, uh, let me, okay, let me add my password, and we'll be back again. Okay, I have added my password. Okay, now let me add my cursor. Now let's add even query to get the column names of an employee. I will explain you why we require this. Now the query can be written as like this. You can write any of the query. As of now I am writing this as this is required for us. Now this is the query, and at the end we have to write our table name. Table name is employees. Okay, this is the query. Now from this what we are going to get our all the column names. So let's fetch our column names. Okay, now all the column names will be stored inside this, but that has to be in a proper list format, so that's why we are adding one more variable. Now inside this I'm just now all the column names will be present inside this. Okay, whenever I run this cell, I will show even this what's exactly is coming inside this. Now let's go with the next line of coding. Okay, till here our one of the part has been completed, which is related to the database. Now let's add related to the query which user is going to ask. Now let me add my question. I will add the question inside this. Now let me add now this is nothing but we are going to, at the time of invoke, we are going to pass this state. Okay, I'm going to add this question, and as well what's the next thing that we have to send? We have to send even all columns. Now whatever the all column names which we are fetching here, that we are storing inside this. Okay, now let me invoke. Now inside this after we invoke, what happens is we are going to get a SQL query. Okay, now after getting the SQL query, we have to pass in this. Now that will be inside the answer. If you do remember, in the top we have created the answer key, right? Now our SQL query will be inside that answer, so that's why we are fetching that answer. Okay, now let's see the result. Let me print this result, whatever we are receiving now. Okay, now our coding has been completed. Let me run this cell. Okay. Once let me check if everything is fine. Okay, we need to add one question as well. I have created certain questions. Let me ask this question first. Okay, okay, this is our question. Now let me invoke. See, now total employees, our number is the 49. Okay, now if you see the response, actually this has been created by our LLM. Now let me ask another question as well. This is the column names which are present in our database inside the table. Okay, let me ask this question. Okay, let me run this cell now. Now if you see, the salary is this, and the SQL query which has been generated by LLM is this. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video.